Yes, Your Majesty. 2 days ago, an armed conflict broke out in the Sten Galaxy, a vassal to the Empire. Their former leader was overthrown. The new leader, Helron, has publicly declared succession and is launching an assault on the Empire's Fortress Number 1. The major station there defected during combat and colluded with Sten's forces. After the rebellion was crushed, he was taken to the Empire's most secure prison. Now, he waits for Your Majesty's judgment. It was the Grand General, Your Majesty. His forces have already taken control of Fortress Number 1. The Grand General has just arrived at the palace. He's waiting for you in the council room alongside the nobles and ministers.
Your Majesty. Perhaps it's thanks to Your Majesty's blessing that I remain unscathed.
Whenever the Grand General pacifies a region, he stations his troops there and refuses to leave. One might think Your Majesty had given him those planets to govern.
The Empire Codex states that one must not seize territories under the Empire's protection in the name of military achievements. All reclaimed territory should be distributed among the nobility by the current ruler. And yet the Grand General's takeover of the fortress disregards the Imperial law and Your Majesty's authority. I implore you to punish him for his crimes.
The Lord of Star Sector Number 3 allowed his subordinates to invade a vassal planet, plunder its resources, and destroy its starships. Would that not constitute an abuse of power? Star Sector Number 2 has been underreporting its tax revenue. If paid in full, the arrears could cover the Empire's military budget for 5 years. Imperial law also states that the punishment for such a crime is exile. Smuggling for profit, imposing extortionate levies, misappropriating supplies, falsifying production reports. These are all capital offenses the Empress must judge. Since all of you hold the Imperial law in such high regard, let us abide by it. I presume there are no objections.
Don't change the subject, Zayne. We're talking about you seizing Imperial territory for yourself.
I would call it protecting Her Majesty's territory from parasites.
You!
Setting other matters aside, the jurisdiction of Fortress Number 1 concerns Imperial defense. Only Her Majesty has the authority to decide its fate. Wouldn't the Grand General's unauthorized takeover be considered an overreach of his authority? There's no precedent for this.
Fortress number 1 is yours, Your Majesty. I will withdraw my troops as soon as possible to complete the process, Your Majesty. I have no objections. I imagine most won't be sleeping well tonight. On whether you'll kill me? Congratulations. The fact that you're aware means your influence is greater than what their intuition tells them. You've never been one to let others sway you. I was under the impression we were past that once you ascended the throne. You were an excellent learner. You used the military parade as a pretense to gauge the strength of my forces. In addition, you kept me here in front of everyone and used our association as a warning to the nobles. Killing 2 birds with 1 stone. It was a clever move. Checkmate. Your defenses are impeccable, Your Highness. Your execution, however, could be improved. I'm looking forward to it. Is there a need to play this out? I'm afraid that's prohibited. Don't give me that look. When you invited me here, you promised me that I could be merciless, no? It's possible that now's not the time. Some trees don't blossom in their first year. And some trees bloom when you're not looking. Change it back. All right. However, I caught you red-handed, so your attempt failed. Your Highness, it's time for me to leave. It would be inappropriate of me to spend the night in the Crown Princess's living quarters. It's time for you to rest. What are you willing to sacrifice for victory? Here. To win a war, you must sacrifice something important.
Look, Your Majesty, it's the Valkyrie.
Your Majesty, it's time for your speech. You appear to be rather reluctant to bestow this medal, Your Majesty. In any case, I've prepared a gift for you, Your Majesty. Blade silver is resilient and unbreakable. I present this sword to Your Majesty in the hopes that the bond between us will prove to be indestructible. May the Empire grow stronger under your reign.
The Grand General is swearing fealty to the Empress. Does this mean they're no longer rivals?
Will the Grand General truly be content to stand in the Empress's shadow?
Yes. Has it ever occurred to you that I'm simply keeping a promise? I said I'd give you a proper weapon as a gift for your coronation. The rebellion was unforeseen. I'm afraid I was late by 210 days. Fortunately, you're still willing to accept it, Your Majesty.
There is no need to be upset with the sword, Your Majesty. Let me stow it away in the darkest corner of the cosmos. I promise, you'll never lay eyes on it again. Your Majesty, you manage countless affairs of the Empire. Even when you're at the border, you oversee every detail. You should take some time to unwind. A ball is being held for the soldiers later. If you make an appearance, I'm sure many will line up to dance with you. You could choose any fine gentleman. Perhaps you'll forget about the Grand General then.
Your Majesty, may I have the honor of this dance? Yes, Your Majesty. I will always be loyal to you.
find someone else for your first dance.
Yes, sir.
In that case, I'll be his replacement. After the military parade, rumors say we're in the midst of a power struggle. Supposedly, we're conspiring to fool the nobles and claim the fortress as our private property. Those looking to pick a side between us are watching. So, shall we take this opportunity to reinforce our alliance? It's been a long time. Perhaps I simply wanted to dance like your Majesty. How many people were you planning to dance with tonight? He has a family. He has sworn an oath of abstinence to the stars. What kind of game are you playing tonight? Is there a reason that forbids you from choosing me? The allure of that fervor, adoration, and worship is fleeting. You'll tire of it eventually. What you truly need is... Tonight, I'm the only one you need.
Your Majesty, we just received a confession from Major Wace at the border prison. Major Wace has confessed that the mastermind behind the Fortress Number 1 rebellion is the Grand General. According to Major Wace, the Grand General had long coveted Fortress Number 1 as a means to expand his forces, and had been contacting him frequently in private. During Sen's rebellion, the Grand General promised him a substantial reward and a promotion. He persuaded him to abandon the fortress and defect to Sten. But the Grand General went back on his word and arrested him for treason. As a result, Wace decided to tell us everything. Your Majesty, shall we continue with the investigation? Understood.
Good morning, Your Majesty. Doesn't it lend credence to the rumors that we are conspiring for power?
Your Majesty, the Foreign Minister is waiting for you at the door. Halron, the Stain Galaxy's leader, would like to negotiate.
Grand General, where are you? The Foreign Minister is looking for you. The Stein Galaxy's leader, Halron, has requested to begin negotiations with the Empire.
Understood. I'm on my way to the council room. As you wish, Your Majesty.
Your Majesty, Grand General? What are you... This is convenient. I'll ask the people I sent to find the Grand General to return at once.
"15 minutes ago, we received the latest intel. Stein's forces have arrived at the edge of the Allure Galaxy. The rebel leader, Halron, is leading the delegation.
There are still many within Stein who oppose Halron. The main reason is his regicide and usurpation. That's why he's desperate to find an external enemy. He needs to convince his people that he's not a usurper. Rather, he simply replaced a weak, incompetent leader. I'm merely doing my duty. Halron's fleet has adopted a battle formation. They're ready to open fire at a moment's notice.
Your Majesty, these negotiations might be nothing more than a formality, but many of the smaller galaxies affiliated with the Empire are watching. The best course of action would be for you to appear in person.
I'll go. I faced Halron on the battlefield before. I'm the person who knows him best. Select a suitable battleship and ensure the escort fleet is ready for battle. Be prepared for any contingency.
Yes, sir.
Warning! Warning! Unidentified battleship detected. The Valkyrie has been targeted.
Hold on tight. The escorts are following emergency protocols. Thank you.
The main power module has been damaged. Please land immediately.
The nearest landing site. Planet Valkyrie. I'm sorry. Where are you running off to, Your Highness? Be my guest. But if you fail to silence me, I'm doubling tonight's lesson on tactical deployment. Your breathing tells me you're pretending to be asleep. I can put you back to sleep if you'd like. Is there anything else? We might as well deal with them now. If you're keen on turning a battleship into your bedroom, I can always enroll you in the course for tactical simulation and field survival. You'll get to sleep in one for a month. If you want to sleep, do so properly. Stop squirming. I can't forbid someone from sleeping. And once you wake up, you'll be well rested. It's perfect for having a long night filled with lessons. No. When you ascend the throne, individuals whose power rivals yours will become your enemy. This also applies to those who are weaker than you. And it includes me. When that time comes, I won't only be stopping you from sneaking out to have fun. I will counter every decision you make. How are you feeling? You don't have external wounds. However, you should drink something to replenish your energy.
The main power module reboot has failed.
We're stranded here for now, but the comms module wasn't badly damaged. It's already been repaired.
Your Majesty, are you all right? The readings show that Valkyrie's power module is severely damaged. Should we dispatch a fleet to retrieve you?
Anyone who wants to approach planet Valkyrie will have to navigate an active war zone. It's safer to remain here.
Understood, Your Majesty.
It was nonsense. Don't think too much about it. That tree in the palace, the one that has yet to bloom, you transplanted it from the academy, yes? Your expression tells me that you can't believe I'm capable of smiling. The novelty will inevitably wear off.
Highest clearance level has been granted.
Yes, Your Majesty.
What are you doing? Were you waiting for me? That's a new excuse. I suppose I lost. You've changed our course? You can leave that to your subordinates. Our current priority is to return to the Empire so all the factions can see you're safe and sound. You.
How did you find out? He came to me, of course. Your Majesty's rewards weren't enough for him, so he decided to fill his own pockets. Does it matter? Isn't it better to let a misunderstanding work in your favor? Your Majesty, you can order me to testify against Zayne. I am here to serve. I promise you won't regret it.
The Grand General's treason. I don't know anything. Wait! I'll talk! But in the end, the Grand General captured me and brought me back. I didn't do it willingly, Your Majesty. On that day, visiting hours were over when someone approached my cell. It was the Grand General. He forced me to accuse him of treason.
You can start preparing your statement now.
Grand General, you're joking, yes? I understand. You were my accomplice in betraying the Empire.
Are you playing make-believe?
Zayne gambled with the Imperial defenses. He ordered me to lose so Stein's forces could invade.
That's not heinous enough.
He promised he'd let me go, but he went back on his word and arrested me. Then he tortured me.
Continue.
Zayne also said that the Empress is unfit to rule the Empire. He'd inevitably kill her.
Excellent.
Grand General, if this confession falls into the Empress's hands, she could use it to get rid of you. The Empress controls the court, and the nobles who support you will flock to her side. Her authority will be absolute.
An Empress with absolute power. Is there anything wrong with that?
Your Majesty, an urgent military report has arrived. Your Majesty, it's too late. The military has already announced charges of treason against the Grand General to the public. The entire Empire knows the Grand General has betrayed the Empire. And you.
Coordinates confirmed. Returning to Allure.
You're here? This spaceship will return to its home planet, but we can never go back to what we were. I gave you that sword, and you wield it well. I've told you before, you must never show mercy to traitors. Your Majesty, this is the price of mercy. Yes, the very betrayal I've committed. Consider it my final lesson. Congratulations, you've matured. My Empress. And what's your excuse for neglecting your duties this time, Your Majesty? So you're visiting because of the flower. But I recall you saying you wanted me to smile more. I only have 2 years of peace and quiet left. I should make the most of it and rest while I can. Could it even be called a landing? Based on what I remember, it was more like a crash. When you saw me, your first words weren't a request for help. You demanded me to be your advisor and help you claim the throne. myself.